this is another Empires episode. I spun a wheel and I do not know why, but it specifically chose Montenegro. So yeah, let's get started. What's a good color? Uh, I think green. No, let's just stick with normal red format for the Empires. So yeah, red it will be. And the first move I'm going to do is have them unite with Serbia. Because uniting with Serbia, I think would be an amazing idea. Because they not only get more land, but they get a lot of stuff. So first things first, they unite with Serbia because they have great relationships. And the sneaky plan is to put down the Kosovoan rebels in Serbia, which they will quickly and swiftly do like this, and they'll quickly start pushing into Kosovo. And Albania is like, oh no, my fellow Albanian comrade is being threatened. Because if one in Kosovo actually has a large Albanian population, so Albania will join in to defend their fellow ally. And Montenegro realizes this, and they'll start pushing Albania out like this before encircling all of Kosovo and quickly taking it out like that. So yeah, if you're wondering, Montenegro actually got their independence very recently. I believe it was in 2001. So yeah, they still kind of have good relationship. So yeah, they'll start pushing into Albania, and eventually, boom, Albania will capitulate. So let's rewind. So first things first, they'll annex all of Kosovo, of course. Yes, all of Kosovo, because it used to be Serbian land. Second, they'll annex much of the north of Albania. Yes, the north of Albania. Like this. And I believe Trieste is around here. So now they're a big threat. Like this. And of course, and because of their threat, they're quickly going to become an Italian protector. So I will highlight Italy green for now, for like some quick representation. So these are nice with Italy. You may be wondering why I'm coloring Italy green. You'll see why later. Because yeah. So now they have the eyes on North Macedonia, because Serbia used to own that during like World War I and in Yugoslavia. So their secret plan is to unite all of the South Slavs plus Bulgaria. But Bulgaria doesn't know, so that's why they have not found any allies yet. So they will start off invading Macedonia along with Greece, because Greece hates Macedonia because they bleed. Yes. But seriously, the reason why is because this area is called Macedonia. And then Greece basically bullied Macedonia until they submitted. So yeah, there we go. So these guys will come from the north, and these guys will push through the south like this. But these guys are putting a very harsh fight, especially in this tiny isthmus between them, until Italy joins the war, which turns the whole power tide up and over, and then quickly causes Italy to face them off, along with these guys. Okay? So for the sake of this video, let's just say that Serbia will get all of North Macedonia, because no one wants to partition this very small state and in return they'll dump a bunch of money. Whereas North Macedonia has some good resources that people want. So yeah, they'll annex all of this. Yeah. So yeah. Like, why can I not get rid of like this? Can I not? And it's fine. Alright. The next thing's next. Their plan is to invade Bosnia and Herzegovina, and their justification is going to free all the Serbians in Bosnia, the Herzegovina part. So their plan is to make a offensive up through here. Meanwhile, Italy's like, oh my god, no way. Oh no, they're going to be coming for me. So their first plan is to do a massive invasion. First one on the knocking list is San Marino. Next one's Vatican City. And not only that, they're going to push into Slovenia and eventually conquer them. Very quickly, of course, because Italy is a great power and Slovenia is a very small state. And they'll send an ultimatum to the Croats demanding Istria. And they will, of course, accept. I said accept. Not. And now 4 pixels. And problem solved. Italy now has a good foothold, and they're also planning to launch an invasion of Tunisia. France, on the other hand, let me get a good color for France. France is not very happy with this, so France is not very happy with this, so they will quickly come in and intervene, and they'll say, hey Italy, give us Sardinia, or else you will be punished for your expansionism. And Italy doesn't want to fight France yet, and all NATO, so they'll surrender Sardinia. So yeah. So now these guys, let's check on the war in Bosnia. So they will start 10 please. So they will start pushing further and further, and then they will do a spearhead before encircling this area with like 3 divisions, and then eventually Bosnia surrenders. And next on the chopping block is Croatia. Now Italy wants this Croat lands, especially the Dalmatia, so they agree to fight around for it with the Montenegrin Empire. So the Italians will be coming from the north, slowly coming in like this, while the Serbs are going to be, the Montenegrins are going to be pushing through, technically the Serbs, and go through here, and they also start conquering the southern area, and they also go front like this, and they slowly start pushing up and up and up and up like that before these guys will surrender. And here's going to be the peace. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen is the Italians will be able to get all the land, like this land right over here, this sweet coastline that they really want, especially in World War I. So they now got that Dalmatian land, and these guys will get the rest of Croatia. And these guys are angry at the Italians for literally stealing most of Croatia and also stealing Albania for them. So because of this, they are planning to make an offensive and get the ally of France in. So they will quickly get an ally of France in along over here to stop Italian expansionism, along with Romania and Slovakia and Czechia. And first things first, I want to send an ultimatum to Ukraine, demanding all this Ukrainian land, so therefore the Slovaks and the Czechs can have a border with the rest of the alliance. And the Ukrainians are like, fine, here's this useless eastern land that I do not care about. So they give this land over to the Slovaks because they don't want to fight a two-front war because they're already fighting Russia right now, which they don't want to deal with. They ain't gonna deal with it. Oh, yep. So yeah. But Italy wants their expansionism, so they'll ally with Germany. Yes, and also Russia and Belarus too, along with the ally of China, of course. Actually, I think China should stay neutral in this one because I do not want my great powers intervening. So the green team's first plan is Poland. Yes, Poland. And now with the extra allies over here, Russia is able to finally defeat Ukraine in the war. You may be asking me, hey, country's banana, also known as Alex, why are you doing this? Is that not like unreasonable? Well, here's the fun facts. Ukraine is running out of manpower to the point that people, I believe over 60, are getting enlisted in the army. So eventually Russia will win if people do not send actual big bulky armies to assist. So yeah, that's how. Just out manpowering the supply. So after this, here's going to be the Russian peace deal. So after a little brokering with Belarus, they agree to unite. Yes, unite. And like this, and the Russians will also annex all, and I mean all of Ukraine. Very expansionist. Like I said, the green team was expansionist. They also go knock knock Kazakhstan. Hello, I want your land, and me, my mind, give now. Because if running Kazakhstan actually has good relationships with Russia, they're like, my great ally of Russia, I will accept, and I will unite. That's what they say. So yeah, they unite with Russia, and now this is basically slowly becoming the USSR, minus these Central Asian ones, which is soon going to start changing, as Turkey will join the Green Alliance, and then because of Greece's rivalry to Turkey, Greece will join this alliance, along with Cyprus, because they don't like the fact that Turkey is having influence all over them. So yeah, this is a massive alliance, and the first one they're going to strike is Bulgaria. And Bulgaria is not very expansionist, so they're not in the green team. Instead, they're in this blue team, like that, and like this. So they'll start. So these guys will these guys will quickly do a massive offense in all the Bulgarian lands, and since there's a bunch of Bulgarians, it's easy to grab it. Well, these guys will do success in the Burja and around here, and the Montenegro Empire. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to call it as Yugoslavia from now on. So Yugoslavia will start pushing into Bulgaria, and go push and help the Greeks out, push the Bulgarians out, like that. And over here, and the green team wants a piece of that pie, so they will also start invading here, and then demand from Greece to give them these occupied lands, which they will just give. They also demand roads and some Aegean islands that no one cares about. Like this one, two, this one, this one. So yeah, all these Aegean islands go to Turkey, and they like that. So they're slowly pushing into Bulgaria, and now they realize that they're screwed. So they will surrender. He is going to be the peace deal. Okay, so for the Greeks, they'll get further land up here, but for Turkey, they will be able to get this land around over here. All of this juicy land along with the Aegean islands that no one cares about. All these Aegean islands. Yep, all of them. And including the Aegean islands that are good for the same milieu. And the rest will go to Yugoslavia, but as a reward for Romania's cooperation, they will get more of the Buja. Basically, they own all of the Buja now. So, yeah, that's basically what's happening. So, yeah, they get all of that land, more of the Buja, and then these guys get the rest. Yeah, this is the brokered peace deal. So, yeah. Just wait like 5 seconds. So I have to do this and this, snip. So yeah, this is the new borders. As you can see, Montenegro looked like this in the beginning. Now they look something like this. Big and chunky and big. So now Russia's irredentionists don't stop. And they will demand the Baltic states, which they will quickly accept. Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia will quickly fall. Britain's like, oh my god, Russia's making some moves. Oh no. So they will join in. But in order to get rid of the fact that Russia could use Ireland as a friend, and if Germany beats France, they could use Ireland to go whoop and smack in. So they're like, hey, Ireland, you unite with me and I'll give you autonomy. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm scared of the Germans, and Britain's a great empire, so I'll unite with them. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So after Russia's shenanigans in the Baltics, yeah, let's see. Germany and Russia are like planning secret little deal about Poland. Okay? It's going to be similar to the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, but Russia gets a lot more. And when I mean a lot more, I mean a lot. And if you're wondering why, it's because of Russia irredentism. Think of Russia now as the Germany of World War II. Appeasement is going like cuckoo crazy. And now, where the last straw will snap, Russia's invasion of Japan is like, America's like, nope, no, nope. So the Americans will join in with Japan. With Japan. So yeah, due to the Russian irredentism, they have claimed here. So Russia, since they just started the war, will get some nice ground, aka all of Hokkaido. Because remember, they have the Kuril Island and Sakhalin, so it's easy to march to. They also have the great ally of China assisting them, China. And also they will quickly invade Taiwan and take it over. I think it would be better if it was cooler and more better, if it wasn't just a sudden takeover. So they'll mostly get the western side of Taiwan with all the population, but Japan's like not all, and quickly reinforces Taiwan through here. And after a while, North Korea will also join in and invade the south, which they will almost complete, as the American troops have not arrived yet. So almost everything's relied on Japan, since they're kind of overextended. They're using the Navy to deal with this, also using convoys to help out South Korea, and also using more convoys to help out Taiwan. And the point Japan is kind of overwhelmed until Vietnam joins in. You may be wondering, but Vietnam's like communists. Why are they fighting China? Well, it's for one very simple reason. They hate each other. Why? Because Vietnam wants to stay away from China, but China irredentism wants them to expand in Southeast Asia. And not only that, China literally invaded Vietnam during the Cambodian War, and because of the support of China, Laos joins in, and the civil war in Cambodia ensues. Okay, a civil war in Cambodia ensues. Well, this area is going to be supported by the Second Khmer Rouge, while the Kingdom of Cambodia, supported by Vietnam, is currently fighting them off. Now back over here. Now after the quick escalating, America's like, hey, red team, wanna join? Why not? So, wait, sorry. I think it would be better if we set them to blue. So these guys, the red team, will join the blue team. Like that. And all the little escalates. So, because of that, they're now at war with the green team. But Russia wants a better foothold, because they can hold out Hokkaido by themselves. And North Korea is basically blocking that area. So their plan is to invade Poland with Germany. So the Germans will quickly march in and take a massive chunk of Poland, because Poland wasn't expecting this at all. They weren't expecting a massive march by the Germans into Polish territory. So because of this, they quickly will go like this. So yeah, well the Russians will be pushing out to here, like a big bump, like that. And then eventually, slowly but steadily, Poland's coastline is taken. So aid from the blue team is incredibly slow. Like I say, the US wants to assist them. They have to go to British Ireland, to France, through here, try and dodge the Italian Navy, land in Greece, go through Yugoslavia, go through Romania, go through Slovakia, and then finally reach Poland. So it's getting kind of hard, and they slowly inch in, and the Russians do the final blow by taking a massive chunk like this. How? They're using powerful missiles, because Russia's already using powerful missiles. So here, let me show you the green team's peace deal. So what's going to happen is that Germany is going to get all of this land, is going to get all of this land. Basically, most of the core German territories of Poland, like before World War One, but not after World War One, but not like before World War One, because they owned a bit more territory. And as a thank you for Russia doing all of this war for the Germans, they will get the most of Poland, like that, like that. So the Russians are forming a massive empire, which they will quickly force Mongolia to join due to pressure. Next things next, they're sending an ultimatum to all the Central Asian states, saying, hey, Kazakhstan's knocked down, China's here, ready to kick you, I'm here, ready to kick you, and they're like, and you may be wondering, but Alex, where are all these Russian men coming from? Well, if you're wondering, they're coming from all the conquered nations they're getting, and they're following a diplomacy that all the occupied territories will be turned into Russian soldiers. So all the people of Hokkaido are turned into Russian soldiers, all the people of Kazakhstan are turned into Russian soldiers, all the people of Ukraine, and even better, all of the people in eastern Poland are helping the Russians out because of these forced conscripts. So all of Central Asia will quickly fall under Russian hands. You may be wondering, like, hey, why are you doing all of this? And yeah, so yeah, all of this central juicy Asian area will be handed to Russia, including all of the LOC, which is going to be great for agricultural purposes, even though it's rapidly drying up. So yeah, this will fill this. So yeah, this area, poof, and then poof. There we go. So Russia is now formed its whole empire, and it's basically the size of the Russian Empire, minus all these countries. And what's going to happen is after a bit of brokering with Iran, they're going to join in. And Turkey, seeing this, is threatening Georgia and Armenia, and Iran's planning to threaten Azerbaijan. And because of this, they will get all of this land. The green team's becoming a real big threat now, especially the Russian expansion, because the appeasement of Russia is going way too far. So Turkey will be able to get all of this land, all of this land, and then Iran will be able to get all the Baku oil fields. And no, I'm not a Putin supporter, just because I'm giving all this land to the green team. Now, after the war, the U.S. has been planning something. Because, if you're wondering, during World War II, a bunch of the Soviet industry was moved past the U.S. And they well know this. So, their plan is to invade the Chukchi Peninsula, and which they'll do a successful landing of. So they'll land in the Chukchi Peninsula and get all of this land, along with Kamchatka and the Kuril Islands. So this massive offensive into Siberia and you may be wondering, wait, what? How? Because if you're wondering, if you want to take the map, Alaska and the Chukchi Peninsula are very close. Like that. So yeah, they successfully secure a eastern area, and eventually Korea is now united, as Japan's basically being overworked, and the US is trying to support them. So because of this, Korea was like gone. So yeah, Communist Korea finally unites Korea. And Vietnam starts losing ground in the north but they are always smart, they are clever. So what they're going to do is that when Chinese ships start coming in, they will purposely put like a bunch of sticks up in, like what they did with the Mongols. So therefore it makes the water incredibly shallow. So if a massive warship comes in, they get beached. Yes, beached. And their plan is to use is to send most of the materials to the Philippines and into to Ho Chi Minh City. So yeah, and they'll also start defeating the Laotian, the Laotian army through the dense mountains, but they aren't able to push very far. Whereas remember, Laos is quite far. They're also able to make a naval invasion of Hainan. So yeah, so they aren't able to go very far. How's the Cambodian Civil War going though? Not very good for the Vietnamese because the green team is getting solid ground here until the great rival of Cambodia, Thailand, joins. Thailand. And due to pressures from Germany, Italy, Austria breaks their neutrality along with Hungary. And guess what? Moldova also is forced into the green team because of the Russian threat. So yeah. Now, because of this, the blue team is scheming up a genius plan because currently there's a massive stalemate. So their plan is to push through Slovenia and then push through here, because the Sudetenland is protecting Czechia from Germany. So their plan is to swing around like this, go through Bavaria, connect with Czechia, and then circle all of these Austrian and Hungarian troops. So let's see if this works. Their plan is to make a fake massive push in Turkey and Albania. So they're planning to send all the Greek army to southern Albania, while all of the Romanian army is pushing through Thrace, Turkey, like that, pushing, and landing in the Aegean Islands, like that, and also Romania is going to be pushing Moldova with the Slovak army, and Yugoslavia is executing their plan. So they make a massive spearhead in Czechia and through here, and let's see if they can unite. But guess what? The Germans doesn't realize this too quickly. They stupidly do the Schlieffen Plan 3.0, baby. The Schlieffen Plan worked one time. There was no way it failed one time and exceeded one time. There's no way it can fail again, baby. Oh my god. So the Germans will punch through Luxembourg but get stuck at the Ardennes, and they start punching through the Dutch. But they quickly get stopped because the Dutch flood all their dikes. So guess what? Now the Dutch land looks something like this. Like, it's basically useless marshland and it's in islands after the Dutch blew up all their dikes. So the Germans are like, oh my god, they blew up all their dikes. What are we going to do now? It's useless rubbish marshland and 90% of it's flooded. So we cannot like push a bunch of soldiers through there. So they are forced to use a bunch of the tank regiments to finish off the Dutch. Like that, to finish off the Dutch. Which was an incredibly useless and wasteful thing, because now their tanks are damaged. But at least their infantry is able to quickly push through Belgium. And then the French are able to stalemate the Germans as soon as they reach this area. And the Germans also make a push through the Saarland and successfully take the Saarland. Now Britain was planning a naval invasion to secure the Kiel Canal, because here's their plan. If they secure the Kiel Canal, they are offering a gateway straight up into Russia. Yeah, that's their plan. So they will start pushing in Hamburg, trying to secure the Kiel Canal with their naval invasion. And while this is happening, Yugoslavia beats the Italian troops and encircles all of Hungary and the eastern part of Austria, along with Vienna. So after some pushing, they're able to conquer all of Austria, which causes Austria to surrender. And because Austria surrendered, this means Italians basically blocked off from all the other supply. The only way is through here. Because remember, Britain still owns Gibraltar, which blocks all ways from Germany and Russia. The only way is through Turkey. So after the Alps got cut off, Italy suddenly does a massive, horrible performance. Because supply from Germany has to go, whoa, then it goes through a massive cargo, and go through here and land in Italy. Same thing with China and Mongolia, and Laos is almost encircled from the Vietnamese troops. So yeah, after that they start pushing through, and they also push through and save Istria, Dalmatia, and all of Slovenia. They also get to cut off the Bosphorus. So now this basically limits trade to only land. So yeah, and eventually Hungary capitulates, while the offensive into Germany successfully captures the Kiel Canal. And they were planning another naval invasion with the help of Denmark, because with the quick asking of Denmark, they're able to quickly join in along with their Scandinavian brothers, because the Scandinavians are worried that, hey, Russia might invade us, like through here. So Finland joins, and also Iceland, and I forgot to give them Svalbard. Svalbard, yes. So these guys, with the help of Denmark and Finland, will stage a massive naval invasion of Estonia and Latvia, and the Finns will do massive gains in Karelia, like that, and they will eventually get all of the Coca-Cola Peninsula, quickly wipe it out, and all of Karelia quickly wipe it out. Whereas most of the Russian troops are here trying to stalemate the US, which they are successfully doing, and they're also still pushing through Japan. Now China is able to conquer all of Taiwan, and they're able to push out the Vietnamese out of there. They're also able to get some more gains, but not able to get Hanoi, which is over here. They're also able to get Kyushu, the island of Kyushu, from Japan. While the Soviets do further gains, and they do more and more and more gains into whatever it's called. And then Thailand quickly will capitulate these guys with the quick joining of them. And after that, the Vietnamese are able to start pushing out the Chinese like this, and also able to fully capture Hainan. After this, the US calls in the ally of Canada, and they have a big brain idea. Okay? Let me show you what the big brain idea is. It's called nuking. So, at the orders of the Americans, they'll nuke everywhere. They will be nuking all of this area, and they'll also be nuking the massive population centers in Eastern Europe, along with nuking Berlin. Like that. So after this, the the Russians are like, oh no, nope, I have been losing land, and the only area we're gaining progress is via Germany. So because of this, the Russians will quickly surrender, along with the Germans, the Italians, then the Turks, the Iranians, the Mongolians, then the Chinese finally, the Koreans, finally the North Koreans, and the last resistance in Novozemlia ends. So yeah, the war is now at peace, and the peace deal, and you know what I'm going to do. Since I'm lazy, the Americans will be like, you know what? Europe had so many world wars. Same thing with Asia too. And you know what? I'm going to annex everything. Yes, the Americans in the end annex everything. That's the peace deal, everybody, because the Americans are sick and tired of being the world police. So because of this, they will just annex the whole world. And because America is now the new empire, because China and Russia have been defeated, the rest of the world just surrenders. 100% totally. Not American propaganda. Yes, not American propaganda. And all the countries of the world will become American states. So yeah, goodbye guys. This is the peace deal.